It is barely 1 week that President Muhammadu Buhari laid the 2020 appropriation bill before a joint sitting of the two chambers of the National Assembly, and the lawmakers have hit the ground running as parts of efforts towards an early passage of the fiscal document. House Leader Alhassan Ado Doguwa leads the debate on the bill. He commends President Muhammadu Buhari for prioritizing infrastructural development and attaining 100% implementation of capital projects in the outgoing year.
Would like also to fight most of these issues, health issues, especially the COVID-19 issue. We need a lot of money to really service our health facilities, to provide for effective health care delivery for our people. Education is also another very important sector to which Mr. President is so much committed to.
Other legislators across party divides canvass increase in hazard allowance of health workers, as well as the use of recovered loot in place of borrowing.
We have heard about recoveries of loot and misappropriated funds. Mr. Speaker, if we apply this, it can help in reducing our deficit and our borrowing. I don't know whether these loot are still in the stomach of snakes, whether they are still in the stomach of rats, whether they are still in the stomach of animals waiting. But Mr. Speaker, if we apply this loot, it would be to the betterment of the country.
The deplorable condition of persons living in internally displaced camps across Benue State continues to be a source of worry to the state government. The state government has repeatedly called for assistance from the federal government to help return internally displaced persons to their indigenous home. Pained at their continued hardship, the Benue State governor stated that the figure of IDPs in various camps has risen above 1,500,000. This rising number makes their condition of living much more difficult, with resources of the state government to cater for their needs overstretched. The governor is happy to receive a delegation from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. He expresses hope that the visit will kickstart a turnaround in the story of Benue IDPs for good.
I want to assure you that we shall support and encourage this effort you are trying to do for humanity, because you have chosen to look at the downtrodden, because of the pains and the suffering of IDP.
In recent years, there has been an increase in momentum building across the globe towards a strong outcome on climate education and environmental literacy. The National Action Day for Climate Education comes with it the need for the implementation of more sustainable actions to solidify ongoing climate interventions by the government. This new push now represents the voice of millions of people who want more action on climate change through the improvement of climate information and education.
If you go to schools abroad like Harvard, Wharton, they've started to teach environmental, risk management. They've started to talk about climate change education. And like, Mr. Semiye said, climate change education is a reality. It's important that as a country, we start to teach our young ones and ourselves current realities. We start to inject our current conversations with things that are currently happening.
This group says there is not a better time to set the ball rolling than now, as world leaders gather for the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow in a few weeks.
It will be a huge progress to see Nigeria make a firm commitment to mainstream climate education into the national curriculum, and this will be followed through beyond COP26. If achieved, Nigeria will be one of the first African countries to achieve this landmark feat.